So, greetings, everyone. Greetings, peace, blessings, love, protection, happiness, joy, fearlessness, courageousness, all that good stuff to you all. So, I figured that I would come on and just share a little bit about what I've been up to. I have definitely been in a space of doing some shadow work for one, and I've been doing shadow work pretty much all year. For one, but the main point of the video for two is that on your spiritual journey, this is just a reminder that your spiritual journey, your spiritual path, your spiritual relationship, all of that is personal. You know what I'm saying? Your mentors, am I going to go there too? I think so. Your godparents, your card readers, your teachers, etc., etc. These people, they're like breadcrumbs, you feel me? They're like breadcrumbs that lead you on your path to where you're supposed to be. But the choice is ultimately yours. Your journey is going to look like your journey. You feel me? In this day and age, with a lot of people being so outwardly spiritual, people being in conflict because of spirituality and really because of followers or the ability to say that I'm right and you're wrong. It's just the different things that happen in this community as well as other communities. Like with that energy, like it just reminds me of the Tower of Babel and how it's like they were on one accord initially and had this goal to reach this certain point, but then they got confused. And it's like whether or not someone is really on a spiritual journey and stuff is really no one else's business. You feel me? What someone's journey look like in comparison to someone else's ain't nobody's business. You feel me? All this shit don't matter. Like it don't matter. And so the reminder is that you are in control of all of this. To your own soul, you got to be true. You feel me? You got to do what you know you got to do. You can't do what Sue doing, what Mary doing, what Raheem doing, what Marcus doing, what Andrew doing. You can't do you. I don't even think it's good to just live like that as far as where you go to school, who you marry, where you work, things like that. But like with spirituality, that is something that is so personal. You feel me? Haile Selassie, and if you don't know who he is, look him up. Just like any other human being, there are people who praise and worship him in a sense for what he did. But then at the same time, it's other people that was like, nah, he was a murderer. He sold out his country, blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera. So look him up, form your own opinion. But the point is, he was like, your relationship with God is personal. Your spiritual journey is personal. So yes, you may have a mentor. Yes, you may have a teacher. Yes, you may have a big sister, a big brother. Yes, they can give advice. Yes, they can give suggestions, but you got to do what you know works for you, and you got to do what you receive to do. So why are you saying that, yeah? Because, you know, every reader has a reader. I have one main reader, but you know, there are other readers that I have introduced into the midst. You feel me? And so this person was like, well, you know, she suggested that I do more energy work and leave like my magic, my root work, my candle magic alone. And I was kind of vibing with that because I really have not done a lot of candle magic, honestly. I have a ton of candles. I have a ton of oils. I have a ton of incense. But I just have not been using it. I've been doing more hermit mode work, if you're familiar with tarot. So a lot of reflection and, you know, checking myself, you feel me? What would you call it? Like checking myself, working out the kinks in my personality, understanding the difference between personality and self and who I really am. And, you know, that's just pretty much where I've always been. But I've been there more so mentally and writing things out, opposed to lighting this candle and having this intention and blah, blah, blah. Things lately for me have been more like having an intention for everything that I do, which is pretty much kind of how I started out. And apparently how I need to maintain it is that, of course, everything needs to be intentional. So anyway, there hasn't been a lot of like candle magic and stuff like that. So I was able to receive that because it already resonated with where I was. But then, you know, situations arise and I'm like, well, damn. May say give it 2-3 weeks after that. Situations arise. I'm like, damn, well, if I had done my candle magic when I received to do it, or at least thought about doing it, right? But chose not to do it because, no, I'm supposed to be working on my energy. You feel me? And no shade to the readers. Oh, it's so many messages in this video. I had forgot when I started, but boom, it's all coming back. So like I was saying, point number 2. And so that was her advice. Point number 2, and then 3, trichology. Point number 2, that was her advice, you know, less magic or whatever. You don't need to be doing magic. You don't need to be doing this. You need to be doing this. And so 4 weeks later, I'm like, well, shit, I haven't been doing this because I trust the sister and I know the sister is gifted and talented, and it aligned with where I was at the time. But she's saying I shouldn't be doing this and I shouldn't be doing that and I need to do this. But that over here is what I want to do. Your relationship is personal, Lyle. It's between you. It's between I and I. Nobody else can dictate that. You don't have to take their suggestions. You can take your suggestions just like I did and change your damn mind. You be like, you know what? That worked for me for 2 weeks, 2 days, a month. But you know, I ain't doing that shit no more. We changing it up. You feel me? So thy own soul be true when it comes to your spiritual path and your spiritual journey. Because like folks I grew up around, I love to say, you ain't got not now heaven or hell to put nobody in. So I mean, to your own soul, be true. Don't study other people's journey. Don't study. If you choose to study somebody, like the old folks say, if you choose to study somebody, like study that shit and learn it and pass it so you can utilize it. You feel me? But like, don't study and like compare, or study and hate, or study and envy. Like, you dumb. That's a waste of damn time. That's a waste of time. That's a waste of energy. That's a waste of matter, because you're creating bullshit by not focusing on your shit. You feel me? So point number 3, which just came up as I was receiving, you can take ideas and suggestions from your readers. Duh. I mean, that's what we're here for, to help you decode or have insight into the things that you're already going through and experiencing. You feel me? But at the same time, understand that you got to check all spirits. And that's more of a metaphysical, I mean, it's spiritual, because metaphysical is spiritual, but I don't know the word that I'm looking for, but it's a little different. I guess it's a higher level. You have to check all spirits. You feel me? And in that moment when that person shared that this is what I should not be doing, had I really checked myself, checked my history, checked what I needed, checked my surround, you know, I wouldn't have accepted that so easily. You have to check all spirits. Sometimes when you receive messages and shit, you receive a word, you receive a channel, you receive a card. Sometimes it's trickology wrapped up in that. You have to check all spirits. If you got to check yourself now, then you got to check the other energies that come to you, say something to you, present something to you, all the other energies from the ether that's if you see in the Passion of the Christ, in the beginning, when he's in the woods, and the darkness that come, and not all the spirits are dark. I'm just saying, but you got to check all spirits. But the spirits and energy that's coming, that's really how it is in real life, my nigga. Let me clean up my language. That is really how it is in real life, my ninja. Like, for real. Like, in real life, as far as the spiritual aspect of life, because we all should already know there's a physical aspect and then there is a spiritual aspect, you feel me? Like the wind that blows. So those were I forgot the first point, but the main point of the video was like, your spiritual journey is personal. You know, I can think back to when I was in really bad times, because, you know, sometimes we do get in those very, very lows, what they call them, those dark night of the souls. I watched this lady. She mentioned that. She said, well, why choose to go through that if you're not going to get light from it? So it's like, how many dark nights of the soul do you have to go through to get some light? How many dark nights of the soul? Like, why are you going to go through all that shit and not gain nothing from it? Why are you going to go through all that and not see in the midst of the darkness that you the light? So I do understand that we have those dark nights of the soul. So I just want to throw what she shared about that in there. But and sometimes you may feel like, okay, well, dang, I'm fucked up. So, you know, maybe I don't know what's best. That's not true. I can think back to some of my darkest times, and I can honestly say I knew what was best for me to do. But once again, the confusion, the trickology. So your journey is spiritual. You know what's best for you. You know what to do. You know what choices to make. You know what resonates. You know what doesn't. You know it might resonate on Tuesday at 8 a.m. But by the time Tuesday at 1:11 p.m. rolls around, that shit don't resonate no more. It's okay. Your journey, your path is personal. You choose. You chose everything. You chose to come here. Come with y'all to Earth, ninja, to Earth. To be born, ninja, to be born. You chose. You either stayed in the darkness or you chose the light. But that's a whole nother video. But you chose, dude. You're here. Welcome. Let's get with the program. Okay. Can we get with the program? Not the program that was created for you to be born into. Oh, I know we had in church today. But the program that is already in you. How about that? So, your journey is personal. You know what's best for you. You know what I'm saying? You chose. You get to choose. Can't nobody else choose for you. No one else has better advice for you than you do. If you don't believe me, I want you to get you a notebook. I want you to get you a pen. I want you to start writing out your problems and the things that you're going through. And I promise you, in the midst of your writing, the solution will come. You can pay a therapist for that. I'm not judging that. Hell, I might need a therapist, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm my own therapist. You feel me? You can be your own therapist and work through those things. And then point number 3, watch out for the trickology. You have to watch out for trickology in your own thinking. Mostly within your own thinking. Because if you can pick out the trickology in your own thought process, then you can overstand when you receive a word like, damn, I should punch this bitch in her eye. You already know that, you know, spirit, I ain't fooling with you. That's like that little, I don't know which side the angel or the devil be on. We're going to say the devil on this side. So we gonna say, nah, we excuse you? Who? I think in a minute, excuse me? I know you not. You know how in the Bible say, I know you not. Get thee from me. It's not like you have to do. You have to be, when you're mindful of the how you trick yourself in your own thinking, or by your own core beliefs, or by your own whatever you believe to be true, then it's easier to do that with other things that come to you in the atmosphere or the ether, depending on where you stand, you know. So I just wanted to come in and say that, because like it just dawns on me. I'm like, dang, I hadn't been putting fire to stuff for a while. Excuse me. And it's like I'm at this point. It's like, girl, what you doing? Like, that's what you do. So why you not doing it? I wasn't really doing it before she said it, but you know, she said it, and then I've been on it. Yet the whole time, a part of me has been wanting to put some fire to some stuff. So like I say, that's that trickology. The sister is definitely a great reader, not just of cards, but of energy too. But even as a lesson, as a reader, that was a lesson to me, because when I read cards, some things I don't tell my people. It may show up, you know what I'm saying? But I don't tell them, because that's not what channels through to tell them. That's not the most important thing to tell them. That's not what is the most truthful thing to tell them at the moment. So, you know, I'm aware of that as a reader, even though I missed it in that instant with her in that reading, you know what I'm saying? But like, you have to be aware of the trickology and the illusion, and how to pick the truth out of that. And the truth that you always picking out of stuff, be mindful that that truth is always in you, because if it wasn't a truth already in you, then how the hell you gonna know it's true from out there? So that's pretty much where I've been. I am going to be coming back more regularly with some free card pools or donation based card pools. I don't know when I'm posting this video, but there is something else I have going on. So make sure you check out my tarot table talks. That is where we are going to, and whatever other energies choose to be present, where we are going to divine and talk about, like, in the beginning, it's just going to be videos, but like this recording. But as time goes on and I get more engagement, is the word I'm looking for, more participation, then we can go live and we can chop up. I like that. We can chop up on the tarot table talk the things that's going on in our world, like this metaverse, like what's happening with this what they calling it now, this jab, you know what I'm saying? Where is society going as a whole? Because we are definitely in some new times. If you ain't know, now you know. So that's it. Feel free to like, share, comment, all of that good stuff. All of my social medias are linked below. I know I didn't have any music for y'all this time, but yeah, the word was like no music, just speak. Shout out Epiphany. What she said, girl, you better speak. That was one of her poems. So that's about it. Until the next time. Like I said, make sure you check out my tarot table talk video about the metaverse. Make sure, if you're a Scorpio, that you check out my monthly reading forecast for Scorpio. Scorpio really has some like first 48 energy type stuff going on. It could be a little bit my imagination, but I really did read the cards. So anyway, you just gotta go check that video out. You can definitely inbox me to book and schedule your personal in-depth reading. And that's about it. To thy own soul be true. Your spiritual path, well, this is like 3 in 1. To thy own soul be true. Your spiritual path is personal. You feel me? 2 in 1. And then point number 2, which makes it 3, is watch out for the trickology. That was just like so perfect right there, right? All right, peace and love. I'm out.